Guys, what is going on? It's been a while since I've done a video, but I'm back up here for my Hell in a Cell 2017 preview and predictions video. This upcoming Sunday, we have the SmackDown Live exclusive pay-per-view airing on the WWE Network, Hell in a Cell. It'll be, I believe, the first WWE pay-per-view event airing live from the new Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan, which is replacing the legendary Joe Louis Arena. So let's hope it's a good one. My excitement level going into this pay-per-view, it's kind of there. To me, this is really a two-match show that I'm looking forward to. Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon, match I'm most looking forward to, and the Tag Team Championship Hell in a Cell match. We'll get into that, like I said, in this preview and predictions video. But on paper, I'd have to say it's a solid card. Could be good. Hopefully it will be. Hopefully better than the last SmackDown Live pay-per-view, which I did not care for at all. Battleground, which still is the worst pay-per-view of the year, so it can only be better than that, and let's hope it is. So without further ado, guys, let's get into Hell in a Cell preview and predictions. We'll start with our pre-show match. We have Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin taking on the Hype Bros. Before I get into this, in general, I have not been watching that much of SmackDown Live. Just been really busy when it comes to school, and frankly, from what I've been hearing, the SmackDown Live episodes have just been okay. It's kind of meh. Kind of, if you watch them, you don't really miss much. So going into this pay-per-view, I've probably not watched a full episode of SmackDown Live in 3 weeks. That's how long it's been, because 3 hours of Raw is plenty for me. It's plenty. But we have Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin versus the Hype Bros. Easy to predict here. I think it'll be Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. Might possibly be seeing the Hype Bros split up. They've been teasing it now for a while. Not sure if it would happen here or later on down the line. But I am predicting that Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin will get the win here. And since we're talking about tag teams, let's talk about the Hell in a Cell SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. I cannot wait for the New Day to defend their titles against the Usos. Every time these two teams go into the ring with one another, they just beat the shit out of each other. They bring the best out of each other. And of all the matches they've had, they seem to want to go out there and steal the show, whether it was at Battleground, which I thought they had the best match on the card, whether it was at SummerSlam, one of the best matches on the card. I really liked the street fight that they had at on SmackDown Live a couple weeks ago in Las Vegas. And to me, this is a nice way to bring this feud to a close. It's not too often we get a tag team Hell in a Cell match. So seeing as how this will bring the end to this feud, which is what Hell in a Cell should be designed for, I predict that I'm going to go with New Day to retain the titles here. And the next possible challengers I could see coming after them, I could see Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. Just due to the fact that there's not a lot of depth in the SmackDown Live tag team division. Breezango would be nice to see them get a crack at the titles. I think them and New Day could have an entertaining feud. But I heard for the last couple of weeks there hasn't been Fashion Files on SmackDown Live, so I was really surprised to hear about that because Fashion Files were some of my favorite segments to watch on SmackDown Live in the last number of weeks and months. So I'm predicting that New Day will retain them, which should be... I think this will be the match of the night. This is my pick right here for match of the night. We then have Randy Orton versus Rusev in a Why Are We Still Feuding feud. I didn't really care for the fact that they were feuding to begin with. They just kind of had nothing for these two guys to do, so they threw them, together as opponents for SummerSlam. Orton beat Rusev in relatively quick fashion at SummerSlam. So if we're going by, we usually don't go by logic when it comes to WWE. You never know what the hell they're going to do. But if I had to pick a winner here, I'd like to see Rusev win, but something tells me that Randy Orton's going to win. So I'll go with Randy Orton beating Rusev, who I believe yet has to win a pay-per-view match since returning. I wonder if he's won a pay-per-view match all year. That's a good trivia question for somebody. Has Rusev won a pay-per-view match the entire year? Because if you go back and look, the Royal Rumble, no. He was at Fastlane. I can't remember who his opponent was. I think it was the Big Show, and I think he lost. So let me double check here. Yeah, Big Show defeated Rusev. I don't believe he was at WrestleMania, because he was injured by that point. And he lost to Cena at Battleground. He lost at SummerSlam. And I have a feeling he will lose here at Hell in a Cell. So, all good. All is good. We have Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler. Bobby Roode's debut here for WWE pay-per-view. Should be nice to see the Glorious One finally make his debut on pay-per-view. And I think it's fairly easy to predict that Bobby Roode will defeat Dolph Ziggler, who has been, over the past number of weeks, mocking superstar entrances. And I heard rumors out there, I'm not sure if there's any validity to them, that Dolph Ziggler's contract might be coming to an end. So I think the best thing for Dolph Ziggler would be to leave WWE and, maybe go do... I heard he likes comedy. Maybe could go do some stand-up, go wrestle, in other companies, New Japan, Ring of Honor. Because just the way he's been booked. Ever since he lost at SummerSlam, actually this goes back farther. Ever since coming out of Survivor Series 2014, when he beat, the Authority with the help of Sting, but he still did win. Beat Seth Rollins, and then they did the firing thing, and then it was just one thing after the other, and you just saw they were never going to get behind him. So I just lost interest over time. So I think the best thing for Ziggler would be to go away and just go out there and do it on your own. I mean, he's been here 11 years, which is hard to believe, but yeah, I think Bobby Roode is gonna win this match. He should. I don't see why he wouldn't. So yeah, that's my pick for that match. We have AJ Styles defending his United States Championship versus Baron Corbin. Surprised to see that this is not a triple threat match. That really shocked me. I thought for sure we were going to be seeing a triple threat match. AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin versus Ty Dillinger. They really worked Ty Dillinger, into this feud between Styles and Corbin, which has just been okay. Kind of like AJ Styles' title reign. It really hasn't been anything that's been lighting the world on fire. Matches that the matches that he's had, AJ Styles that is, they've been okay, like I said. Compared to AJ's year last year, it's definitely been a bit of a step down. I liked his feud with Cena. Stuff with Shane was good. Feud with Kevin Owens, it was alright. I thought it could have been better. Especially the matches that they had. But once he won him and Owens traded the United States Championship back and forth, and then here we are now. I don't know, I just expected more from an AJ Styles United States Championship reign. Especially when he said he was bringing back the Open Challenge, which I guess... Is he still doing that? Like I said, I haven't been watching SmackDown the past couple of weeks, so that's hard for me to say. But I think AJ Styles would excel in with the U.S. Championship Open Challenge if they actually... The way they did it with Cena, I thought was spot on. And you have somebody with an in-ring talent like AJ Styles, should be able to knock that out of the park. The problem is what he's given, and Baron Corbin, his stock has really dropped ever since losing Money in the Bank, losing to Cena. But remember, wins and losses don't matter, so you're supposed to forget all that. But I was really surprised to not see this be a triple threat match. I would have preferred a triple threat match, but seeing as how it's Styles versus Corbin, I predict that AJ Styles will retain the United States Championship. We then have our SmackDown Live Women's Championship match. Natalya defending her title versus Charlotte. These two usually have pretty good chemistry with one another. They had a tremendous match way back when in, I believe, 2014 at, I believe it was NXT TakeOver Arrival? No, that was Paige and Emma. But the last time that Natalya and Charlotte fought was a couple years ago, actually. Coming out of WrestleMania 32. But I think these two do have good chemistry with one another. They do work well with each other. And I think they'll go in there. They'll have a solid women's championship match. The question is, seeing as how Natalya made Charlotte tap out, apparently this past week on SmackDown. Leaves the question of, well, maybe that means that Charlotte will win here. Well, there's another opportunity, another option. Perhaps Carmella will cash in her Money in the Bank contract. That is still out there. So it's one of two possibilities. I don't know if I see them putting the title on Charlotte yet. Although it has been a while since Charlotte has held the championship, which has been refreshing because it was so long. Charlotte, Sasha, Charlotte, Sasha. I mean, they just traded it back and forth. So kind of getting her out of that, out of the women's championship picture and now integrating her back in, I do like that. But I'm going to go out on a limb here. And I'm going to say that Carmella will cash in and become the new SmackDown Live Women's Champion. That's my prediction, and I'm sticking to it. And just so I wanted to get this right, Charlotte and Natalya did fight at the first NXT TakeOver on May 29th, 2014. So just wanted to make sure I got that out there. But yeah, that was the best match that they had to date. Not sure if they'd be able to top it, but hey, they're two talented workers, so why not? I'll still enjoy the match. We then have our WWE Championship match. Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura. What can I say that I already haven't about Jinder Mahal and how I feel about him as almost said United States Champion? That would have been better as WWE Champion. I think Jinder would do fine as a United States Champion, but to me, I just can't get into him as WWE Champion. Nothing against him. It's just the way that he's been booked. It's just, there's nothing. There's nothing there. Don't feel a need to boo him. Don't feel a need to really cheer him. The dialogue that he's given, it's just the mocking of Nakamura. First of all, it ain't even funny. Second of all, it was awful. It was just baffling to see him go out there and cut those type of promos. I mean, like I said, it didn't make me hate him anymore. Really, it just made me want to change the channel. It's like, this is the best material that you can come up with for him to say. And what baffles me about this is you're going to give Nakamura another opportunity at the championship, and as GM, Daniel Bryan does not say, okay, the Singh brothers interfered last time. So when Nakamura gets his rematch, the Singh brothers should be banned from ringside. The other option would be doing a Hell in a Cell match, but we already have 2 on this show. 2 is plenty. I don't need another Hell in a Cell match. Last year, 3 was over. Hell, 1 is enough. 2, okay. 3, no. Way too much. But it would have made more sense to me to have the Singh brothers banned from ringside because they're just going to interfere again. So logically, this makes no sense why you wouldn't put that stipulation on this match. I'd like to see Shinsuke Nakamura win. Unfortunately, I think Jinder Mahal will hold that championship until WWE's upcoming tour of India. He's rumored to be, he's not rumored, they announced Jinder Mahal will be there, and there were rumors that it listed him as a 2-time WWE champion. So perhaps he loses it and then wins the title back from Shinsuke. I'd like to see Shinsuke win the championship, hold it until WrestleMania, and face AJ Styles. I'd still like to see that match, regardless if it's for the championship or not. But if you want to put the championship on Shinsuke Nakamura, what have you got to lose? Because honestly, Jinder is champion, and it just ain't working for me. It's okay if you're a fan of him, it's just not working for me. And then we have what I believe will be the main event of the show, the match that I am most looking forward to. Love the way that they build up to this. Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens. And this is interesting. They added a Falls Count Anywhere stipulation to this Hell in a Cell match. Kind of odd considering that the whole goal is for the cage to keep people in. My theory on this is, I guess, perhaps they could do something crazy on top of the cage. Maybe Kevin Owens pins Shane McMahon on top of the Hell in a Cell. That's my theory. I'm not sure what they're going to do or how crazy things are going to get. Just hope Shane is safe, because we all saw what happened. We know he's going to do something crazy regardless, but I remember what happened at Survivor Series where he got knocked loopy for a concussion, and Shane's getting up there. He is 40, I believe 47? He's 47 years old. But, hey, if this guy can survive a helicopter crash, I guess he can truly do anything. I think these two will go in there, and I think their styles will mesh really well together. You know, Kevin Owens, physical, brawler, really, you know, just rough and tumble. He'll get in there, and Shane, Shane will throw some really bad punches, but putting that aside, I think the styles between Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens will really blend well with one another. And it should make for a very entertaining match. I'd love to see some blood in this match. Like I said, it's Hell in a Cell. There should be blood. But we'll have to see about that. As far as who the winner of this match is going to be, I got to go with Kevin Owens. Although, don't be surprised if Shane McMahon wins. Because I believe Shane has yet to win a match since returning to WWE. Not that he should be. I don't think he should. You know, he's not full-time anyway. But I think Kevin Owens would benefit more from the win here. And perhaps you continue. Maybe this all culminates in a Kevin Owens versus Triple H program at WrestleMania. If you want to go that far, you certainly can, and that would be interesting. But it remains to be seen. But, yeah, for me, this is a two-match show. The two Hell in a Cell matches are what I most look forward to the most. Hopefully it's a good show. Because, like I said, the last SmackDown Live pay-per-view event was a bust. Battleground blew it. But that's it for my Hell in a Cell preview and predictions video, guys. We'll be back up here live on Sunday night, immediately following Hell in a Cell for my live video review. So be sure to check me out there. Remember to click my like and subscribe button here on youtube.com/DanielGuys412 for all my latest thoughts and opinions. And be sure to follow me at DanielGuys412 on Twitter for all my latest tweets. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Be sure to leave your comments down below for your preview and predictions. For your predictions, I should say, for Hell in a Cell. And I will catch you guys in my next video, whenever that may be. So until then, guys, thanks for watching.